In the late 16th century, the English were eager to establish a foothold in the Americas in order to compete with other European powers, such as Spain and Portugal, which had already established colonies and were reaping the benefits of trade and resources from the New World. In 1584, Sir Walter Raleigh was granted a charter by Queen Elizabeth I to establish a colony in the Americas. In 1585, the first group of colonists, led by Ralph Lane, landed on Roanoke Island, but they were forced to return to England the following year due to lack of supplies and conflicts with local Native American tribes. 2 years later, in 1587, a second group of colonists was sent to Roanoke Island, led by John White. The colonists included men, women, and children, and were intended to establish a permanent settlement in the New World. John White was an English artist and explorer who had previously accompanied Sir Walter Raleigh on expeditions to the Americas. He was chosen to lead the second Roanoke Colony due to his experience and expertise in mapping and drawing. Roanoke Island is located in present-day North Carolina and is a part of the chain of barrier islands that line the coast of the southeastern United States. At the time of the colony's establishment, the island was inhabited by the Algonquian-speaking tribes of the Roanoke people. The Roanoke colonists were a mix of men, women, and children, including craftsmen, soldiers, and farmers. The early days of the colony were marked by both optimism and hardship. When John White and his group of colonists arrived on Roanoke Island in July 1587, they immediately set to work establishing a settlement. One of the first tasks was to build a fort, which they named Fort Raleigh in honor of Sir Walter Raleigh, who had sponsored the expedition. The fort was constructed using wooden palisades and housed a range of structures, including houses, storehouses, and a chapel. The colonists also began cultivating crops, including corn, beans, and squash, which were important staples in the Native American diet. They also hunted and fished for food and traded with local tribes for additional resources. However, the colonists soon faced significant challenges. The weather was harsh, with hot, humid summers and cold, wet winters. The soil on Roanoke Island was sandy and infertile, making it difficult to grow crops, and the colonists suffered from hunger and malnutrition. Relations with the local Native American tribes were also difficult. The colonists were seen as intruders by the tribes, and their presence disrupted the established power dynamics. Tensions quickly escalated into conflict, and the colonists were forced to fortify their settlement to defend themselves. Despite these challenges, the colonists persisted in their efforts to establish a permanent settlement. They held religious services, including a baptism, and attempted to establish friendly relations with some of the local tribes. However, the colonists' efforts were further complicated by the departure of their governor, Ralph Lane, who had been sent back to England to report on the progress of the colony. The colonists were left without a clear leader and struggled to maintain order and unity. John White returned to England in 1587 for several reasons. First, he needed to report to Sir Walter Raleigh and other investors on the progress of the colony and the challenges they were facing. Second, he needed to request additional supplies and reinforcements to support the struggling colony. Finally, his daughter, Eleanor Dare, was pregnant and wanted to give birth in England. White intended to return to the colony as soon as possible, but a series of unforeseen circumstances delayed his return. First, England was at war with Spain, and White was unable to secure a ship to return to Roanoke Island. Second, White was appointed as governor of a new English colony in Ireland, which took up much of his time and attention. Finally, it was not until 1590, 3 years after he had left the colony, that White was able to secure a ship to return to Roanoke Island. When he arrived, he found the settlement deserted and the fate of the colonists unknown. There was no sign of struggle or violence, and the only clues left behind were the letters C, R, and O carved into a post and Croatoan carved into a tree. White had instructed the colonists to carve a Maltese cross into a tree if they were in distress, but he did not find any such markings. He also did not find any bodies or signs of a struggle, leading some to speculate that the colonists may have left the settlement voluntarily. White was unable to search the surrounding areas for the colonists due to bad weather and difficulties with his crew, and he was forced to return to England without any answers. He made several subsequent attempts to return to the colony and search for the missing colonists, but was ultimately unsuccessful. The disappearance of the Roanoke Colony remains one of the most enduring mysteries in American history, and over the years, many theories have been put forward to explain what may have happened to the colonists. One theory suggests that the colonists were killed by local Native American tribes. Relations between the colonists and the tribes were tense, and it is possible that the colonists were attacked and killed in retaliation for encroaching on their land. Another theory posits that the colonists were ill-prepared for the harsh conditions of the New World and struggled to grow crops and feed themselves. It is possible that famine and disease killed off the colonists. Another theory suggests that the colonists may have been absorbed into local Native American tribes, either voluntarily or by force. Some historians point to the presence of Native American artifacts in later English settlements as evidence of this theory. The English were at war with Spain at the time of the Roanoke Colony, and it is possible that the colonists were attacked and killed by Spanish forces. The colonists were a diverse group with differing opinions and motivations. It is possible that internal conflict, perhaps fueled by a lack of leadership, led to the downfall of the colony. Despite numerous attempts to solve the mystery, the fate of the Roanoke colonists remains unknown, and the disappearance of the colony continues to intrigue historians and scholars today. The word Croatoan has been a source of speculation and debate among historians and scholars trying to solve the mystery of the Roanoke colony disappearance. Many historians believe that the word Croatoan was a clue left behind by the colonists to indicate where they had gone. Croatoan was the name of an island located south of Roanoke Island and was also the name of a local Native American tribe. Some historians believe that the colonists may have relocated to the island or joined the tribe. Another theory suggests that the word Croatoan was a warning or distress signal left behind by the colonists. In this theory, the word may have been carved as a way to indicate that the colonists were in danger or under attack. Some historians believe that the word Croatoan was a false lead intentionally left behind by the colonists to mislead any search parties. In this theory, the colonists may have relocated to a different location and left behind the clue as a way to throw off anyone trying to find them. Finally, it is possible that the word Croatoan was simply a record of the name of a local tribe or place and did not have any particular significance in relation to the disappearance of the Roanoke colonists. What do you guys think happened to the Roanoke colonists? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what you have to say. If you liked the video, then please hit the like button. That really helps with the algorithm. Also, consider subscribing to the channel for more mysteries. Till next time, signing off. This has been Christina.